this video, I will show you how to build the best base in Palworld from scratch. I will build this base step by step and show you how to easily stack oil extractors and farm plantations. I will also show you how to place equipment to maximize efficiency. So let's destroy all of this back into this. The first thing you want to do is place your Palbox facing east at coordinates -856, -455. I'd recommend having a chest nearby for when you get encumbered by all the oil extractors, as you may misplace them. This location is the best because it allows you to place down 6 oil extractors in a single base, which is crucial for plasteel ingots. I've figured out an easy way that allows anyone to copy and follow along, as I still see people struggling to stack the oil extractors. Let's go ahead and start with this oil vein towards the north. From here you will see these 3 lumps. You want to stand on the middle one. Now just aim and place your crosshairs at the top left corner of this rock, so half is touching the water. Equip your oil extractor and move backwards to align it with the back of the oil vein. This is not aligned, this is not aligned, now it's aligned. From here, move to the left. You should see your extractor dip down. This is important as it won't work if it doesn't dip, so you must place it when it dips down. You can't place it on top. Once placed, move to the right and you should be able to place down the other extractor. If it doesn't work, just try again. You will be able to do this because I made it so simple. Now we move on to the middle ore vein. From here, stand at the very right side of the oil vein. You want to aim your crosshairs at the very edge of the ore node on the right side. From here, you want to move back to align the extractor to the very back of the oil vein. Now just move to the right ever so slightly until it dips. You want to place it just as it dips down. Move directly to the left and it should allow you to place the second oil extractor. As you can see, these are perfectly aligned. Moving on to the third and final oil vein. You want to stand on the very edge of the oil vein on the right side while aiming for the gap between this rock. Here's a better view. Now just move back to align the extractor with the back of the oil vein. Move to the right and place the extractor at the bottom when it dips. Now you can move to the left to place your final extractor. As you can see, it all depends on placing the extractors as soon as it dips down. If the oil extractor doesn't dip, then this won't work. If you can't place these, then let me know in the comments below and I will help you out even further. When building bases in Palworld, you will come across inclines. To level out the surface, look as far forward as possible with a foundation. This will then allow you to lower the foundation into the ground. I like to start at the top and make my way down. Once you've placed down all your foundations, it should look something like this, where it won't allow the foundations to snap into place anymore. This is where you can place stairs to connect to another level. Since the update, foundations can now snap onto stairs, meaning everything will be perfectly connected and aligned. If the foundations are too high for your liking, you can always destroy it and start the foundation process from the bottom with your desired height. For this area, I will place down all my working sites. I like to place my ore mining site into this rock as it saves lots of space. You will want to place down chests right next to each workstation, as this will save time for your transporting pals. This area is full of high level pals which could become a threat. To prevent this, you want to place defensive walls all around your base. Make sure you place them inside your base because if they're placed outside, they will decay. You can snap defensive walls together, but the base is circular, so you will have to build it by freehand at some points. Just phase the pillars together so it's perfectly aligned. You can stop placing the defensive walls when it comes to the water, as no pals in this area can swim. To create building space, I like to just run around placing down foundations. It won't allow you to place foundations down too close to the extractors. This will allow you to see your base's outline for you to plan your build. You can even snap ceilings to foundations to place them above the water. There's a little bit of ground under the base where you can connect a pillar for extra support. I only want an area for my production lines and farming plantations so I can keep a lot of the natural terrain. Now we have working space, we can stack plantations. For this to work, you will need a bunch of wooden benches, wooden stools, and wooden bar stools. Before you begin, place 2 walls like this. This will allow you to use the alignment mode to place the bench centered. Then just rotate another bench so it faces the opposite way. You can now destroy the walls you placed down earlier. Place down a 3rd bench on top of the 2nd bench, but make sure you're connected to the 1st bench. You should see a blue line. You want to place the bench as far forward as possible. Now connect the 4th bench on top of the 1st bench you placed. Once that's done, go ahead and destroy benches 3 and 2. Grab a wooden bar stool and align it with the bottom bench. When placing down stools, always make sure you can see the alignment line and place them as far forward as possible or this won't work. This should allow you to align a wooden stool to the 2nd bench again, placing it as far forward. Now you've stacked your stools, you should be able to align a bench. You also want to place your benches as far forward as possible. To stack them higher, you will need to place your next bar stool on the benches. The bar stools should stand below the 2nd benches at the top. You can keep repeating these steps until you have as many plantations as you desire. Now you'll want to place 2 benches along each row. Don't place them at the very top as this is where your first plantation will go. When you've placed your plantation, remove the benches on the row underneath. This will give you room to place your next plantation. To easily place them, just look at the bench furthest away. You want to do this until you have placed all your plantations. Now you must log out and back in. This will allow you to connect plantations to the side. Go ahead and snap 2 more benches, then another 2 more benches to the side. Now you just need to stack up the 3 benches, but they don't have to be perfectly aligned as they're just platforms for the plantations to stand on. If you go too high, you will need more than 3 benches. When placing your plantations, point at the other plantations to be aligned. Now just remove the top layer of benches to place down your next plantation. Repeat this step until you have placed down all of your plantations. If you want a berry plantation, you only need 1 bench, as the platforms are much smaller than those of the other plantations. Now it's complete, you and your pals can easily run up and down collecting your crops. You will want to place down a chest and cooler for quick deposits for your transporting pals. Because you have a watering pal at the plantation, you want to place your mill and grinder as close as possible to the farm. This will reduce traveling time between jobs. You want to place down all your production lines in the same area. This will allow your pals to easily move from one machine to the other. I like to place a chest nearby to collect all the items I craft. This keeps your chests well organized. You want to place all your kindling jobs together. I like to place them close to the cooler for faster deposits as you will get overcumbered. When placing down your bed, you must have a ceiling above. This is the only requirement you need to be able to sleep. When placing down your ranch, you want to have a chest and a cooler nearby as pals will only deposit honey into the cooler instead of the chests. Pals will only pick up 1 item at a time in the ranch, so this will save your pals so much time. When it comes to items that buff your work-based suitability, you can place them anywhere as they have no limitations and cover the whole base. Now you just need to go around and place down all the random equipment. These are things like the Statue of Power, the monitoring stand, the hot springs, and all your pal beds. I also placed down a breeding pen, but this isn't recommended as you should have your own base for breeding to be the most efficient. This is just to make an all-in-one base even though I never use it. Ideally, you could use this area for more mining pits to increase production. I will leave a link in the description so you can see how I make this base the most efficient with the best pals for the job. I hope I managed to help you out. If I did, consider smashing the like button and turning on the bell so you never miss out on future Palworld content. Click here for more amazing Palworld guides.